So today, if you are wanting to learn 10 key phrases in Cebuano or Bisaya, this video might be for you. And if you stay till the end of the video, number 10 is going to shock you. Hey everyone, this is Gil, and welcome back to the channel. If you're number one, the very basic one, kumusta ka? Or slower, kumusta ka? So that means how are you? Or if you really want to sound really local, you just say musta. Musta, right? So kumusta ka, just like anything. How are you? How's everything? Things like that. It's the go-to greeting here in Cebu or any Visayas area, to be honest with you. It's simple, friendly, great way to, break the ice, especially if you're a foreigner, especially if you're a Fil-Am who looks obviously Filipino, can't really speak Filipino, but, to some degree, they hear it coming out of your mouth. You're like, wow, okay, this guy must know something. And it's a really good way. Obviously, it's an icebreaker. Like I said, great way to start a conversation. And if you're genuine about it, it's really nice to ask somebody how they're doing, right? You can pretty much pair that with, maayong buntag, which is good morning. That's a bonus right there. Maayong buntag, like buntag. So, and obviously because, I grew up around it, so the intonation and accent is kind of a bit better than most Americans or Filipino Americans. The way they pronounce A here is not like for instance, buntag versus buntag. So because they make it, with that in mind, they Americafy it, if that's a word. They make it more American when they say Mayang buntag versus buntag. So like that is like a lower type of A, when you say it. So same thing with like kumusta ka is like not kumusta ka, kumusta ka, right? So that's number one. Number two, asata paingon. Let's say you're going out with friends, family, maybe date, and you just say asata paingon. So that means, where are we going? So that'll strike people right away. Like, oh man, this guy, this person, this girl, kind of knows what they're saying. Asata paingon means like, yeah, with your, you catch up with friends. Hey, where are we going today? Type thing. Asata paingon, right? So whether you're going to the beach, going up in the hills and the mountains, going fishing, going on, anywhere. It's always a great thing to ask your group of friends or, or someone else, asa ta paingon. So I'll try my best to slow that down. Asa ta paingon. Ingon. Ing is like literally like saying king without the K. Ing. Like, king, wing, ing, on as in on as like that. It sounds like a U, but it's really an O. But like on yan like pasatapa ing on. Even me, when I first came here, I had to really like adjust my tone. I try my best to adjust my tone. Even, I'm telling you right now, I almost guarantee you, when I listen to this video, when I edit this, I'm still gonna sound weird, because if my family hears it, they're gonna be like, oh, that's Kimao. Kimao is like off, like weird, but they know that I'm trying, so, they understand it. But generally speaking, I can converse in Bisaya and Cebuano, locally anyway, but people know my accent. But at least it kind of it makes it a bit more comfortable, to making friends and making connections here. Number three, pila. Very important word. This is like one of the most important words you need to learn as a Filipino American, or just an American in general, when you're out and about. Pila means how much. Pila, like how much is this? How much is that? So pila, like pila is how much, right? So especially when you're going shopping, you're going around local markets. Now, bonus to that is saying pila mani, pila manto. Like pila mani is like how much is this, right? Like this. Pila mani means it's in your hand, it's close to you. Pila mani. If you're trying to point out something that's away from you, pila manto, like manto. Pila manto, pila mani. Like pila mani and pila manto. Right? Like the famous Philippine mouth point, right? Pila manto. So, you know, just if you love going out and about, you know, obviously you go to, you know, I go to a lot of cafes. I go, you know, just shopping in general. You know, generally speaking, when I'm talking to people and I'm asking prices, pila or just I say either pila or pila mane, pila manto, right? And second bonus right here, if you're in a local market where you know you can haggle, you just say naa ni hangyo. Naa ni hangyo, like hang yo, but with that, you know, just try to copy me as much as you can. That's all I'm saying. Like, you're in an open market, you know, right? You know there's room to haggle there, you know, private sale or just open market, flea market type thing, local markets. Pila mani, pila manto, right? Or like pila mani. Na ay hangyo, like na ay hangyo, like na ay hangyo. Is this the last price? Or you can simply say onsay last price, or just say last price. They already understand what that is already. And I found that psychologically it will put you down to a level of, this guy's been here for a while. This guy knows what the system is. This guy, I can't really give him the foreigner price and things like that. You might still pay a bit more than most, but it's not going to be the original price they quote you. Because I've gotten away with a lot of things this way, like buying motorcycles. Motorcycles, like, you know, let's say 150,000. I'll be like, nanay hangyo, or let's say last nimo. They might drop it down to 120 or 110. You know, I've had it down that far. You know what I'm saying? Because especially I have the money in my hand. But without me having those type of tactics, those type of, like, you know, like know-how, I would have spent more money than I intended to spend, or I would have spent more money than I wanted to, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, which is an all-time just as important, salamat, which is thank you. You know, going around, obviously America's been in this country in the Philippines for so many years. Everyone understands thank you, but saying that salamat is it has a more personal touch to it for locals here, to be honest with you. Whether you're in a big place, small place, you know, obviously, if you have manners, you always remember to say thank you or salamat. But salamat is, you know, amazing if you can say that. So it's another way as well to build relationships with local people, because, you know, when you live here, whether you're white, Filipino American like me, you kind of want to assimilate to, you know, the local cultures, the customs, see how everything is, because you blend in a bit better there. And you know, acceptance is, for me, you know, key in this particular setting, because, you know, they're more willing to work with you. They're more willing to help you. You know, a lot of them are not so standoffish. So that's what I found. You know what I'm saying? Every person's different, but I find that when I try my best to embed myself into the culture, into understanding how things work here, I've gotten a lot more. It's like that old saying, you know, you attract more bees with honey than with vinegar. Next thing, which is just as important, when somebody says salamat to you, you say walay sapayan, which means you're welcome. Walay sapayan. For me, this is a very big thing. You know why? Most people don't really say walay sapayan anymore. Not a lot. You know, everyone will say you're welcome and things like that. But when somebody goes, oh, salamat sir, salamat ma'am, oh, walay sapayan. So walay sapayan, right? So this could be a game changer for you. I don't know, because once you say these little key phrases and these what I'm giving you right now, it's almost as if you're local. I mean, it's probably you're pretty much a local, because everybody has a mix of Bisaya and English here anyway. So when you say these little words, people have a understanding, or they build an image of you as in you understand the culture better than most foreigners or most Fil-Ams, if you're a Fil-Am. And tensions for me get a bit lower. But generally speaking, these are all great words for you to learn and practice, especially if you have a Bisaya or, you know, Cebuano wife. I would think so. So number 6, unsa one. Number 6 is kind of like a bit deeper for me, because it's asking, how do I do this? Like, It's a phrase like when you're like eating like balot, right? Or when you're first eating balot, you're first, like, I always relate it to eating. Let's say you are eating something new, or something exotic for you, or something that's different, or learning new things within the culture. Me, I would say, oh, how do I do this? Or what are the mechanics if it's a game? Like, how do I do this? So in Bisaya or Cebuano, it's unsaon ne. So unsaon ne, like, oh, how do I do this? How do I partake in this? How do I, get involved in this? So that's why it's a bit deeper, because it kind of, it brings your understanding, I guess for me, a level up. Like, oh, unsaon mane. Or for me, it's like unsaon mane. Other people say unsaon ne. Like, oh, how do I do this? So the way I learned it was unsaon mane. Like mane is like more physical. Like, oh, like unsaon, like what? How do I do this? Versus like figuratively unsaon ne. So just hopefully try your best to catch on these words and things like that, because I really believe it's going to level you up in assimilating and just blending in and just getting to know the people and getting closer to really, like, being a part of the culture, right? Number 7, tabang. This is a really important one, because you never know when you need extra help. You never do, right? It's a simple phrase, one word, 2 syllables. The word is help. In Cebuano or Bisaya, it's tabang. Ta, like T-A, and bang. But the A's here are like, they're not up, they're a bit more, they're down. So tabang, bang, like bong. But just don't say tabong. So that's not, so tabang. Once again, tabang, right? So that means help. So you're gonna really need these words. You know what I'm saying? These are key phrases in Cebuano that I think will really benefit you. So if you have to repeat this video, go back to it again. By all means, do this, because I really want to help you, understand keywords or phrases here in Cebuano, and the Bisaya dialect. Number 8, lami kaayo. This is something that really great compliment, right? Really great compliment. You kind of want to really learn this, because food is a huge culture here in the Philippines, but especially in Cebu, especially the lechon. There's so many things here, like the encargar, the ampao. There's so many things here in Cebu that, like, food is a really big thing. So for you to express it locally, it'll be a big thing. It'll be like a real, like a really big thing for you to say when you're at parties, get-togethers. Like when you're around with people, it lets everyone know that you're enjoying it, right? It really lets everyone know you're enjoying it. Lami kayo. This means like it's very delicious, like it's very, very delicious. Look, so lami kayo. So next time you're out eating, you eat some food that is amazing, dessert that's amazing, you really love it. Just throw out that word, lami kayo, and you might be a hit. If you're crazy enough, yell it out and scream it out. Somebody might be like, oh, what the hell's that guy? Oh, they might be surprised. You might surprise yourself as well. Number 9, tingali. It's a bit deeper, because it's not your regular words that you really usually use, but it's like one level up, as in like the understanding. A lot of people will be like, oh, this girl has an understanding of, a good grasp on the language to some degree. So if you're not sure about something, it might be a maybe, probably. It's a great way to express uncertainty, and soften a suggestion, or to soften a suggestion. You're talking in a casual setting, and you want to be like, I don't know, maybe, it's like ting, like, some Jamaicans like that ting. So ting alley, but once again, tingali is like, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe so. When you're presented with that moment where you're unsure, you're just like, maybe, I don't know, tingali. Next time you are in that setting where you're unsure, you're certain, maybe you don't want to cause a conflict, oh, tingali, And last but not least, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Number 10, the word is basin. This one somewhat can be used interchangeable with the number 9, but this is like a bit more like for me, open, like open, like this is more like you hear this more in like difficult like possibilities, right? You know, like, can this really happen? Maybe. I don't know, right? Like, you know, can you really walk on the moon with no oxygen? I don't know. That's probably a bad example, well, you know, something like that. So when you as an American see this, it's gonna look like a basin, right? Like a, like a basin. But word is basin, as in like or like I'll do some English beside it there, and I'm like, oh, do you really think like my car can make it to the south of Cebu with just $20? Basin, like basin, I don't know, you know. It's one of those things where both of you are unsure. Other person might be unsure. Like, oh, okay, whatever. It is what it is. Everyone throws it up in the air. Those are my 10 key phrases that I believe that you really need to know when you move here, live here, coming here. And even if you're from the north, learning these words it's essential for me, right? Some of them more than others. Some of them are basic but are a necessity. Some of them are a bit leveled up, a bit deeper, but brings you closer to the people, I believe, right? And remember, here in the Philippines, locals really appreciate when you try your best to speak the local dialect. And from my experience being a Filipino American, it has helped me in transitioning, you know, speaking and just getting to know people more, right? So like, for instance, give you a great example. I will speak my best, you know, local dialect to like a tindera. Tindera is like the, you know, the cash person. I mean, the salesperson, sales girl, or just the person there at the store. Or it could be the waiter or waitress. I'll speak my best in local vernacular to them, but then I'll turn around and talk to my brother, my wife in English, and a lot of people are like, oh, why do you have, why can't you switch up like that? And I tell them that, oh, I grew up in America, and you know, and usually 8 out of 10 times, usually somebody goes, oh, it's good that you still, you know the language. I'm like, and that's where I know I made a connection, as in like, once that happens, it's like, oh, it's good that you know the language. It's like, oh yeah, of course, you know, you can't really lose your culture. You know, we spoke it in the house, but when I got married, I got better at it because I was forced to speak to, you know, my wife's family and things like that. So I got better at it. But even those interactions tell me that, you know, people appreciate it, and it gives me a chance to really cross that bridge of communication and build, you know, networks, you know, contacts here in the Philippines. It's helped me a lot, to be honest with you. Whether that's personal contact, like my family, you know, rekindling relationships with my family, like getting to know them again, and or just new people in general that, you know, are Filipino, right? So if you found this video helpful, I hope you did. Please do me a favor and share the video, like the video, subscribe to the video. Subscribe to the channel. And I really appreciate your time jumping on here and watching these videos. And if you like this video, watch this video. Take care. Bye.